Welcome to the 5th update of Birthstone Beauty, and I'm excited to spoil for you that there is an empty somewhere in this video. For January's Rose Quartz, I picked my Beauty Bar Baby Multi-Chrome Flakes in the shade Unicorn Fantasy. When I brought this product into the project, it weighed 5.9 grams, and every single month since, it has weighed 5.8 grams, meaning this month there's a monthly change of 0, and in total I've had a change of 0.1 gram, which makes a lot of sense because I was able to confirm there is only 0.2 gram of product in each one of these little jars. So that kind of now it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's why it weighs the same every single month. So it'll probably change when you hit about halfway, and then it'll probably change again once the product is empty. I did get 6 more uses out of it, bringing it to a total of 39 uses, and one of those uses is today. I have it in the bottom inner corner. February is for amethyst, but at this rate, February should really be for neglect. I am apparently working on my Tarte Loose Mermaid Glitter. When I brought this into the project back in January, it weighed 8.6 grams. In February, it was 7.8, and then in every single month after that, it has been 7.7 grams. So monthly change is obviously 0, and total change is still sitting at 0.9 grams. Seeing as I reached for this 0 times, that means I am still at 2 uses this whole project. Two very sad uses. I just find it's super chunky, it's a little bit hard to use on the face, and when it comes to actually putting it on the body, it's just really messy. So just, unfortunately, it's just not a product that I tend to reach for. March was a previous goal completed. I had completed it back in February. As for April's diamond, I am working on the Zizia Glitter Galaxy Colored Liquid Eyeshadow in the shade Pandora Box. I did have to decant this product just because this packaging is kind of crap, but that's okay. I now have it here, and you are looking at the white glitter and not the purple glitter. There is definitely not a lot left in there. I am not weighing this product, seeing as there is 2 products in one here. However, I can tell you I used this 7 times this past month, bringing total uses to 48. And if my psychic senses tell me anything, I feel like this is going to be an empty fairly soon. Maze Emerald was a product I just wanted to kind of like get some natural use on. There really is no use up goal, and that is because it is the Cleonaud Cosmetics times Emily Violet Marie Dragon Fruit brush set. There is 6 pieces in here, and I can happily say I've started kind of incorporating all 6 brushes. I reached for these 19 times this past month, bringing the total to 99 uses, which is quite awesome. The big fluffy one I use as a highlighter brush. The 2 next kind of fluffier ones I tend to use more for buffing out eyeshadow. The Packer brush I actually used today, and I use it to kind of like lay my lighter color down and help kind of define my shape. And then the 2 small brushes here, I use the fluffier one for a more kind of like diffused inner corner look, and then I use the flatter one for a more defined inner corner look. June's Pearl is both sad and exciting at the same time, and that is because it is the Tarte Face and Body Gems. I made a goal last month that I was either going to use these or I was going to use the Tarte Loose Glitter, and as you can tell, February was neglected, so that must mean I used these. The Face Gems, unfortunately, are also a neglected product. They're covered in foundation, they're hard to stick, and I really feel like at this point it might be time to say goodbye to them, but I'll give them a couple more tries before I do that. However, the Body Gems I reached for 4 times, bringing it to a total of 7 uses between the 2 products. I find because I don't wear foundation on my chest that I can reuse these multiple times, and so I kind of wore them in place of a necklace in some of my videos. July was a previous goal completed. I had finished it back in March. So let's talk about August Peridot. I was working on the Listerine Zero mouthwash in green tea, and it was causing me all sorts of problems. It was peeling my mouth, it was drying my mouth out. It was just not a fun time, but I am stubborn. I am going to hate pan things, I am going to hurt pan things, I am going to get through them. When I brought the product into this project, it weighed, oh god, let's look at our notes here, 1,101.2 grams. Last month it weighed 403.9 grams, and this month it weighs 81.6 grams, meaning I used 322.3 grams of product this past month, and in total I have used 1,019.6 grams. After 30 more uses, bringing us to a total of 68 uses, I officially have used up the mouthwash, the painful peely mouthwash. It is gone. Finito. We never have to use this again. So super excited to get through this. Super excited it's no longer in my collection. Maybe my mouth will calm down now and be a little bit more happy. And I just want to say I have zero against Listerine. I have zero against the green tea mouthwash. Just unfortunately for me, it just didn't work. September Sapphire would like to know, are you feeling fabulash? This is the ColourPop Volumizing Mascara in the shade Blue Ya Mind, and it is a gorgeous cobalt blue color, and I might be a little bit biased because cobalt blue is one of my favorite shades. When I brought this into the project back in January, it weighed 33.2 grams. Last month it weighed 32.8 grams, and this month it also weighs 32.8 grams, meaning 0 gram of change this past month, but in total I have used 0.4 grams. And that kind of makes a little sense because unfortunately I only reached for this twice this past month, bringing it to a total of 21. I'm just wearing a lot more pink sort of colors. That's what I've been focusing on with my PANtastic palette, so blue unfortunately has kind of taken the back seat, but that's okay. Its time will come sometime in the future. So on to October's Opal, but that was a previous goal completed. I had finished that one back in April, so naturally I would say on to November. But November's Citrine was also a previous goal completed. I had finished that one back in February. So let's talk about December's Blue Topaz. It is another gorgeous blue sort of shade of product, and it is the Beauty Bar Baby Multi-Chrome Flakes, but this time in the shade Unicorn Horn. And this product here, when I brought it in January, all the way up until June now, this product has always weighed 5.6 grams, meaning monthly and total change is 0 grams. And again, since these only hold 0.2 gram of product, that makes a lot more sense now. I am focusing more on Unicorn Fantasy because it goes better with the pinks, so when I start focusing back on the greens or even more cool tone shades, this one will definitely get a bit more use. But until that happens, I can definitely see this just sticking at 5.6. I did reach for these 3 times this past month, bringing their total uses to 28. But let's just take a minute before we close this out to just appreciate that beautiful, gorgeous blue shade. So that is my update for Birthstone Beauty. I am so happy to have that Listerine out of my collection. Like I said, nothing against Listerine, nothing against their mouthwash. It's just not a product for me, and unfortunately I just was stubborn enough that I struggled through it. I do believe that Zecia is going to be our next empty, and I'm hoping it'll be next month, but possibly in the month after that, but I definitely see it in the near future. So I hope you come back and check out my next update for Birthstone Beauty, which will be on July 8th, to see if I'm right or how much progress we end up making in that Zecia color. But in the meantime, I do have my Face Off Project Pan update coming on June 10th. So whether I see you in both of those or one of those, or if this is the last video of mine you check out, thank you very much for watching my video today. I greatly appreciate it. It really helps my channel. And until the next time I see you, I hope the day treats you well. Bye.